Tanny Cooks here, and today I'm going to show you how to make an absolutely delicious recipe. Now, deviled eggs are a staple appetizer for many people with good reason, but today I'm going to show you how to make deviled egg pasta salad so we can turn our favorite appetizer into our favorite meal. Let's get to cooking. These are the ingredients we're going to use. I have a few more not pictured here, so be sure to watch all the way through the video. Eggs, macaroni, mayonnaise, garlic, onion, my baby celery, and some mustard. So now I'm going to get my water to boil my pasta and my eggs. Okay, so I have my water boiling in order to add my pasta. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to make about a dozen eggs, a little bit more. And so I'm going to use 16 ounces or 1 pound of pasta. If you want to make a smaller salad, you can use 8 ounces of dry pasta and just about 6 eggs. So I'm just going to eyeball this. So I have that going, so I'm going to let that boil. And then next I'm going to add my eggs to my water to boil. I'm going to show you 2 ways to make these deviled eggs. It's really awesome, y'all. Okay, so I let my water boil a bit before I add my eggs. So I'm just going to use a big spoon with holes in it in order to drop my eggs down into the water. I find that I have better success with peeling my eggs if I let the water heat up before I add the eggs. And I'm going to show you 2 other things. Oh, that one's cracked. I'm going to show you 2 other things I do as well. Some people may just go ahead and add their eggs into their pan first and then add the water, but I have good success doing it this way. That egg was cracked. So the 2 other things I add to my boiling water to help my shells peel off easily is 1, salt. I use just the cheap regular iodized salt for this. I don't use my expensive sea salt or pink Himalayan or smoked salt, none of that. So add salt to cover it. And then also, can you see this? It's white vinegar. So leave me a comment down below and let me know, how do you boil your eggs to make the shells come off easier? What works for you? Also, I think it might be the freshness of the eggs that really has impact as well, but I'm going to show you this other thing that I do. So I have my eggs boiling in water, but you can also make boiled eggs in the air fryer. So I have my 6 raw eggs in the air fryer. The preset doesn't matter because I'm going to adjust it anyway. So I'm going to adjust this down to 250 degrees. And I'm going to do it for 16 minutes. But anytime you cook in your air fryer, you want to check your food every few minutes anyway. So I'll probably come back halfway through and check them and see how they're doing. And now they're air frying. You want to be sure to add some salt to your pasta noodles as they boil. So once our eggs and pasta are all cooked up, I'll come back and we'll get our salad going. Are you subscribed to my channel yet? If not, what you waiting on? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Help me get to my first 500 subscribers. That's the goal I'm working on now. Once I reach that, I'll move on to a bigger goal. So for now, hit the subscribe button and help me get to 500. Once my eggs in the water come to a rolling boil, I turn off the heat and I put a lid on it to let the eggs continue to cook all the way through without the eye being on. It comes out perfect every time. My noodles are boiling. I'm just going to give them a quick little stir. They just need a little bit more time. I want them all the way cooked through. And this is the air fryer. 4 more minutes to go and you can see how the eggs looked air fried / air boiled. Perfect. It's a perfect technique. So now that my pasta noodles are done, I have my water running in the sink. I let my pasta cool down a little bit, but you can still see the steam on it. So have the cool water in the background so the boiling water doesn't go down your drain. And you just want to shake it in your colander to get all the water out. Now I'm putting my pasta into my mixing bowl and I'm going to let that cool down a bit and get my eggs. So the same thing, I'm letting cool water run down the drain. You can see I have my brown eggs. It look like some of the brown even boiled off of them. These are my air fried boiled eggs. I'm gonna let them cool off while I chop my vegetables. So this is the celery. This is celery from my indoor grow room. The celery isn't ready to go in the ground yet, but I did get these few little shoots for some of the celery flavor in the leaves. So don't laugh at my baby celery. But if you don't have celery, you could use fresh parsley or cilantro. So now I'm just gonna chop up some red onion. I really like red onion, but add this to taste. If you don't like red onion, you can add Vidalia onion or leave out the fresh onion altogether and just use onion powder. Now I like onions, so in my indoor garden I also have green onions or scallions growing. So I'm going to chop some of those in for some additional flavor. And I love the beautiful green color it adds to any salad. So I don't want anyone to get a super big piece of onion, so I'm just making sure it's minced down. Now it's time to peel my eggs. They've cooled down a little bit, and you can see how easy they are for me to peel. I like to peel them under running water. Perfect. The water underneath the shell helps to lift it for me and help the shell come off completely. So now I have my eggs completely peeled. I'm going to season my pasta. My standard seasonings, onion, salt, black pepper, garlic powder. You're just adding this to taste, so you can start off with a tablespoon of the onion powder, half a teaspoon of salt and pepper, and then add more later. These are my eggs. All of them didn't peel perfectly, so the ones that didn't, I'll be sure to chop up in the mixture, but I'm going to start off with a couple of eggs that are perfect to slice to use for garnish as later. So I'm going to cut these in half and then set them to the side. So now I'm going to take the remainder of the eggs and just give them a coarse chop. I don't want them minced. I don't like mine completely minced and mushy. So I still want to be able to see that it's a boiled egg. So just cut this to your personal preference. And I'm cutting the egg white as well as the egg yolk. Look at all that egg, y'all. I have a few eggs that I saved to the side because I want to use some chopped eggs as garnish in addition with the egg halves. Also, I will taste it before I serve it to see if I need to add those last few eggs to the main body of the pasta dish. So now you can see all the beautiful ingredients in my bowl, and I'm just adding the eggs in gently. Not sure why, I'm just going to mix it all together vigorously with a spoon anyway. Now I'm adding some minced garlic. Yes, I have garlic powder, but I'm also using a tablespoon of minced garlic for the additional flavor. Remember, we use a pound of pasta, so that's a lot, so it can stand up to the seasoning we're adding. I'm adding yellow mustard. I always add yellow mustard in my deviled eggs. It adds a beautiful tang and color. I'm adding mayonnaise. Down here in the South, most people use Duke mayonnaise or Hellmann's. I use both of them interchangeably. I usually buy whichever one is on sale. So I'm not using precise measuring cups. So what I'm going to do is just spoon in about a cup of mayonnaise. And then later I can always add more if I feel like I need it. I'm adding a half a cup of sour cream. I like the flavor combination of mixing the mayonnaise and the sour cream. If you don't like either of those, you could try some Greek yogurt to see how you like that instead. That might be a little healthier for you. But look at how beautiful the colors look in the bowl. So I'm just giving it a mix with my silicone spoon. Spoon/spatula. As I'm mixing it, I'll be able to tell if I need to add more seasonings, but definitely taste it to also determine that. So I like the way it looks, so I'm just taking a little spoonful to taste. I decided that it needs more mustard. as well as mayonnaise. Also, if you let this sit overnight, the flavors will get stronger and more delicious, but it might dry out because the pasta will absorb the moisture in the mayonnaise. So the next day you may need to add more mayonnaise and sour cream. I'm also adding more seasonings, so the garlic powder, onion powder. So again, you're seasoning this to taste. If you don't like one of these seasonings, then you can definitely leave it out. It's your personal choice. And I'm adding smoked paprika. Smoked paprika is traditional in deviled eggs, so I'm adding a little bit here to mix inside. That will add to the color of the pasta, but for the finishing touch, you'll also see paprika come up again. And I specifically like smoked paprika the best. But I do use some other varieties like sweet and Spanish, but I like smoked the best. So now it's time to give it another taste. I have a little bowl and it is delicious, but I am going to add some more eggs since I already have them boiled up. So I'm chopping this egg up to be garnished as well as some to mix into the pasta because it is deviled egg salad, so I definitely want to taste the egg in it. I don't want the macaroni noodles to overpower the egg. I'm looking for a nice balance. And for that balance, I decided I needed some relish. I'm using dill relish, so you can put in some pickle juice or chop up some pickles and make you some relish. That will add a delicious flavor, and that's just what this salad needed. So I'm giving that a final mix, and I'm adding some more onion. The red onion is a nice pop of color and flavor, and it adds texture because it's a little bit firmer than everything else that we already have in the salad. And there we go. Here is the final presentation of my deviled egg pasta salad. I also sprinkled some dried parsley. It is so beautiful. It is so delicious. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel and share this video if you like it. Thank you.